Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. Welcome to my studio. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. I am so incredibly thrilled that you guys are here today. It should be Happy Friday for you. Welcome, welcome. I want to welcome all my brand new subscribers, as well as all of you who, well, especially to all of you who watch me and comment on a regular basis. And even if you don't comment, but you're out there, it's nice when you say hello every now and then, so I know you're there because I really enjoy hearing from you. So anyway, today you guys know how I am with tutorials. I don't really like to do them because I don't know why, I just don't. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to show you how to make this pocket that I was making these, and I thought, I wonder if they would like to learn how to make these. So I'm hoping I can do okay with it and share this with you. So we're going to be using a score pal or score board, bone folder, maybe a pencil, scissors, usual. So, and this is going to be how to make a multi-pocket piece from a 12 by 12 paper pad. So if you've got 12 by 12 papers you're not using, I'm going to show you, this is a standalone piece that I've made, but I will try to show you a version that could go in your journal. Now it's when it's finished, it's kind of on the thick side. And if you were to put it in a journal, let me see, if you were to put it in a journal, it would be pretty heavy on your page. You could make it whatever size you want, but if you're using a 12 by 12, it's pretty much going to take up your full page. This is an 8-inch tall pocket. I said multi-pocket because first time I was going to say triple pocket, but my second version, when I was playing with it, ended up having 4 pockets. So there's a pocket, a pocket, a pocket, and a pocket back here. This would make it a standalone. If you were to just not use this on the back, you could glue it on, but I think it's really something that you would either use as a standalone, you would put a paper clip on it, or it's something you could tuck into the back of your journal as a little thank you. What I am making them for is I want to fill them with ephemera and to give as like a gift or as a thank you or, whatever. So I will show you as we go along, but you have a pocket here and one here, and then one and a big one back here. So you can do a bigger journaling pocket. So you can put journaling cards or tags or ephemera or whatever you want into these. These will be quite fun. This was the first one I made. The second one I made, I actually figured out how to get another pocket instead of just one, another pocket up the side here, and still get one here, and you have one back here. There's also a third way to make it where it could tuck over a page, and I'll show you how to do that in one of these that we're doing today. Okay, so this is what we're making, is these wonderful little pockets from one sheet of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. Sorry, my tongue was twisted when I started. I could not get that out of my mouth. So this is the scrapbook paper I'm using. It's called the Romantic Collection from Stamperia. So that's what we're going to be using. Well, I'm using for today. I'm going to set that off maybe onto the floor. I did grab a couple of sheets. This one I pulled out for decoration, and then this one is to show you how to do it. This Stamperia is a little bit heavier paperweight. This is a single-sided, lightweight scrapbook paper that you get at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann, something like that. Maybe one of your shops in England there that you guys go to all the time would have the lighter scrapbook paper as well as the Stamperia paper. So I'm going to set this off to the side and this off to the side, and we're going to grab out our scoreboard. Well, how are you guys? I hope you're all well and you had a fabulous week and you're getting ready for another weekend. I am filming this before, obviously, just because I don't know what's happening, and so I want to make sure that I have videos for you guys. The usual, nothing exciting. All right, now I'm going to have to look at my notes because this one's a little bit trickier. I played with it so many times. I was inspired by Juliet Camilla Crafts, but I've kind of taken it off to my own thing. So, okay, so the first mark we're going to make, now, like I said, I'm not great at tutorials, so this is not an actual tutorial because I don't have 100% measurements, because this was kind of one of those things, I figured it out as I went. because I wanted to do it a little bit different from what I had seen. So my first thing is, when we get out our 12 by 12, get out your your score pal or pad or whatever you have, scoreboard. If you don't have one, you can just get out a board that has, you know, measurements, any kind of a, like I have under here, you know, where it has measurements on it. Get that out in your ruler and you could still do the exact same thing. You don't have to have a scoreboard to do this. So it's up to you. I just finally got one because I was tired of using my ruler on the table. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make 3/4 inch score. And then I'm going to score it at 4.5. And I'm going to go over it a couple times because the stamp period. Now, if you're using a lightweight scrapbook paper, do not press as hard. This stamp period paper is thicker, so I do have to go over the lines more than once, 3, 4, 5 times, just so that, you know. So it's 3/4, 4.5. We're going to do 9.5. And we're going to have to do 9.5. Which ends up being 2.5 inches from the end. Okay. So I'm going to make sure these are all good. All right. Now, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take this off here. And I'm going to fold this. Now, there's no particular way you have to do it first. Just fold and then make sure you burnish. Not really hard if you're using a thick paper and lightly if you're using a thin paper because you don't want to rip it. And you watch, I'll forget when I get to the light paper and score the living daylights out of it. So this is what you want to do. You should have about 5 inches if I did this right. Let's see. To fit on a journal page. Yeah, right at 5 inches. All right, now you're thinking, wow, that's awful tall. You're right. We need to, okay, so when you flip it over, this is your back. And this is your front. And then this is your inside. Now, if you like this better, just simply, you know, fold it, refold it, and use this side, okay? So that you get what you like. Now, I'm not wanting that. As you know, I'm going to want my roses. But unfortunately, these roses are all ending up on the back. That doesn't make me very happy. So, you know, whatever. I couldn't really get them on the front. I tried, I played with it forever. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to decide how tall you want this. So once you decide your height and what you want, this is where I'm not a tutorial because I'm having a hard time explaining. I'm trying to figure out what I want on the top in the front and what I want on the back because this is going to be upside down. If I want it right side up, then this is upside down. So there's no getting around it. I've got 2 that open to this side. So if I do it this way and I make this all right side up, it's going to open over here. That's where our pockets are going to be. If I turn it over the other way and I fold this up, this will be upside down, but this will be right side up. And my opening will be over here. I like it on this side because I'm right-handed probably. So I guess I will make this upside down and just cover it, okay? Now, the big thing I want to do is I want to figure out how tall do I want it. I want mine to be 8 inches tall. So I'm going to put it back on my little scoreboard here. Push it up to the thing. And I want it to be 8 inches tall. So I'm going to take my little score thingy and I'm going to find my 8 and I'm going to go over it a couple of times. It's very, very thick here. You can flip it over and do it again. Just to help you fold that up because it's thick, 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 thick. Okay. All right. We're not done with this just yet. I'm going to have to leave it out for a second. And then we're going to, you guys, let me double check to make sure this did start. It did. Okay. And I even wrote the time down. Aren't you proud of me? I did. I remembered. I almost didn't remember. Crazy, right? Okay. My husband really appreciates when I don't let him go too long. So trying to be respectful. Now, the one thing Okay, now we have this rough edge up here, which I don't care for. So we're going to put a little, we want to turn it down a little bit. See this part, the short in this part right here? That is, this part ends up being, hopefully you're not too confused, 4 inches, right? Because when you fold this all up, so you fold, 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 right? This is the part I'm talking about. This little end right here, I want it to be finished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put it back on my scoreboard. And I'm going to do it at about 1/2 inch up here. I tried 1/4 inch and it was just too hard to fold down. Okay, so I'm just going to take it at the 1/2 inch mark. Okay, now I think I'm done with this. I will do this one more time. Hopefully this isn't too confusing. You can always stop and restart if it is. Like I said, this is not my forte. Now, you know, this is what's going to happen when you do this, right? See, we got a nice folded edge, but it's thick up there. So we're going to do the usual. Let's take out all of the bulk. Cut that out. And then on the little fold lines here, I'm just going to cut out a tiny little V to take out the weight, the bulk. Lots of graduations going on with all of you for grandchildren. Isn't that wonderful? Nieces, nephews. Awesome. Okay, now, the one thing I'm going to tell you is a good thing to do is just double check to make sure everything's the way you want it. Now, even though it does get wonky because of the bulk. So you may have to fold, 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 and double fold. So what I would tell you at this point is time for some glue. This is all just turned down. It's just to give us a nice finish. So we're just going to go through and put a little bit of glue there. Okay. Probably want to put a little glue here just to keep it from coming up and getting in the way when we're putting things in and out of our pockets. We're going to glue here. I'm not being particularly neat. I'm also quite a bit of ways away from it, and I don't have my newest glasses on because they have a very flimsy arm, and already they got bent really quickly. I don't know if one of the cats got a hold of them or I'm going to cut this down just a tiny bit. Or maybe I bent them in my sleep or something when I went to sleep with them on. I don't know. I have a habit of sleeping with my glasses on, falling asleep while I'm looking at videos or whatever. Mail. Okay, now this is glued down. And we needed to do that because this is going to make the pocket here. This is our pocket here on the outside. All right, now this is all nice and clean. It's not got a lot of extra. The only thing is when you I'm gonna have to kind of like all right, now at this point it's a question of how do you want to finish this? So do you want to have a pocket, a pocket, a pocket, and a pocket, or you just want the 1 and 2? I did like the double, and I'll show you how we get that. But before we even do that, what I wanted to show you was if you wanted at this point, you could just glue this closed at the top, have a pocket here, and then you could leave this open. Oops, I forgot a little something up here. We need to close this. We don't need this open. I didn't forget it. I would have got to it. You know what I'm saying, but. Okay, and then we want to glue just right to that fold. And we kind of want to make sure that's nice and straight. Okay. Okay, so that we get this pocket here. Now at this point, you could close this up right here. Close this all up. And you could use it as a page wrap, and I will show you how you do that. We're going to pretend that's closed because I don't want to close it up just yet. But you could take, this is my big fat journal I'm still working on, and you could wrap it around the page, and you end up with pocket, pocket over here. On the other side, you have a pocket and a pocket, or a pocket depending upon how you whether glue it on 3 sides or you go all the way around. So you have a double pocket there and a double pocket here if you want to use it as a page wrap. You don't have to, but you can. It's up to you. All right. But I am going to leave mine as kind of standalone. So what I want to do before I get going here is I want to, this is going to be a pocket here. So I want to get my little 1-inch punch or 1/2 inch or whatever size you want. And I'm going to put a little thumb hole here so you know where to put your thumb so you can put your cards in there. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one here, I want to make it another pocket. I want to have a triple pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get right on this edge and I'm going to very carefully cut it open. Okay. And I'm going to also, oops, let's make sure it's open. I didn't cut that very straight this time. I'm going to cut out a little thumb notch again. Okay. And so we have pocket, pocket. Now I'm going to close this right here at this little top spot. I'm hoping you can see that. I'm going to close that right there. Now, in order to make this a pocket, I'm also going to have to close it all the way across the top here. Just ask yourself what makes sense to you. Where do you want? I mean, it took me a while. I did this. There was a whole bunch of different ways I could do this. So, you know, it was quite a bit to figure it out. Get the extra pocket in there because I didn't want to add any extra paper or do anything different than what I had. Now, I could trim this up here if I want, if this is bothering me. And I might, because I don't like that. I just can't get it to fold because of the weight here is making it difficult to... I just unglued that so I could see if I could try to do it better. Then fold it maybe, but I think I'm going to get a bubble. Sorry, I had to get that up to my nose just to see it. Let me hold that, and then in a minute, I'll fold it. Let's get this to dry. Oh, yeah, it's that time of year. Everybody's got graduating kids. My grandkids aren't old enough for that. I want to thank each and every one of you for all your prayers for my son-in-law and my daughter and my granddaughters. We really, really appreciate it. I think the last time, not sure it was the very last video I did, where I suddenly got an emergency call about my son-in-law, and his legs had gone numb. He had fallen, and while he was getting treatment. So they rushed him off to the ER, and he ended up in a trauma center, and quite a bit of ways from where the treatment center was, but luckily very close to where my son lives. So he came and got them and took him to the ER, and he ended up having emergency spine surgery, and they removed a giant tumor out of his back, and so he is now recovering. He's not home yet. Well, at least as of the time I made this, which is a week before. Hopefully, by the time you see this, he is home. Fingers crossed, guys. Thank you for your prayers, your kind thoughts, your good energy. You're all so fabulous, and I really appreciate all your understanding. And hopefully when you see this, it means everything is good and nothing has changed between the time I made this and the time you see it. So, right? Thank you, everyone. I love you all. You're all fabulous. Okay, so now we've got this pocket back here. We have a pocket here. We have a pocket inside here. And now we're going to glue it down here, and we'll have a pocket here. If you wanted to completely cover this, this would be the time to maybe cover it with some pretty paper. I was trying to think, what do I have? I mean, I have tons of papers. Don't even get me going. But close by that I could grab if I wanted to cover this. I kind of like this, so I think I'll just leave it as is for the moment. I think I can slip some paper down up to it or in it if I decide. Now, when you go to close this, you got to be careful because you don't want to, you want to get this here. You want to go around your little goodie, little thumb notch, and you want to go up here. Okay. Oopsie. And we want to I'm gonna kind of hold that down with my hand while I get the glue back there. So we've left our pocket there, hopefully. Let's see if I did it right. But look at all the cool pockets you get with this. You got a pocket here, we got a pocket here. I had to decide if I wanted to open there, if I wanted to double up here. You know, I could have done that. This is very thick with using the Stamperia. I think this would be much easier if I'm going to try it next with just a single side piece of paper, because we kind of waste one side. I mean, it's in here and you can see it, but it's not, you know, exciting. And I mean, you can put things in it, but you know, we do want to cover this up though, because it's upside down right up to here. This is fine, but this is not so fine. So I have the same thing here. Now in that kit, I'm letting that dry before we go over the pocket. Where did it go? Okay, here it is. This is from the paper pad. Again, this is the one I'm using. Romantic Collection Journal. It's kind of cool, but I really didn't care for how big everything was in it. So I don't mind doing a pocket like this where I'm kind of tearing it all up, you know. I like this word wonderful. I also like love. So let's see. You'll see what I'm going to do in just a minute here. Might as well just cut it up, right? I didn't put it on the cutter because it's going to be too hard to see these lines on the cutter. Besides, sometimes it's just as quick to use my scissors. I like love. Love is pretty. Do I want to put that on the back? I want to cover this treasures upside down. That's bugging me, and this one's bugging me. So we'll just use both. How's that? We'll use love on one and wonderful on the other. How's that? We have sunshine too. There's all kinds of pretty things to use here, isn't there? All right, so let me, I mean, I could just cover the whole entire pocket, but I don't really want to do that. So let me get my pencil. Now you know why I said to get out a pencil, because you were going to need it to do a little stuff, a little cutting. Okay. Let's see how this fits on here, if it does fit. It does, but it's too wide. I'll have to re-ink it and get my own color on there. Oops. Okay. Now, yeah, that, because you know, you don't need to see that. I kind of would like to have a little interest. So let's do a little. There we go. And this one would just glue over this. I could add some other paper or lace underneath, or, you know, whatever I want. What I might do is glue it up so I could add some lace to the bottom maybe, or something like that. But let me get some. I could add pink to this. It would probably be really pretty. I don't know. Let's see what we get. I did not pre-ink this. I don't know why. I should have, but you know, I was just playing, so I just really wasn't paying attention that much to what I was doing, other than just playing with the paper. See what I could make from it that maybe was a bit different from what I'd been inspired by. We all are inspired by each other. I mean, it's wonderful. There's, you know, I don't think there's anything. There are a few original ideas out there, but even those are sparked somewhere deep in our subconscious from somewhere else. Bits and pieces, anyway. That look lovely. Just a tiny bit to give it some dimension and to frame it, outline it. I want to keep it kind of shabby looking. So there you go. I have to decide, do I want to make that a pocket? Now I could easily make that a pocket. Gosh, do I want another pocket there? And if I do I want it up here? We'll make it a secret pocket. Well, it's not much of a secret because you guys all know about it. Beautiful day here in California. Sunny, warm, breezy. Love it. It was very cold and foggy this morning. It was all cold and foggy for the last 2 days. Weather is about right for this time of year. June to August, we get our summer fog. I'm going to leave a little space at the bottom for a lace and a little room at the top to get something in and out of the pocket. I only put it on 3 sides, so I did, unless I just was chit-chatting too much. Come on. Did I close that up, you guys? Was I chit-chatting and closed it? No. I'm just having trouble getting it in there. There we are. There's our pocket, a pocket, a pocket, a pocket. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this one. So we're just going to call this the multi-pocket from a 12 by 12. 5 pockets from a 12 by 12 paper pad. No, 4 pockets because this one's an extra. So then you see if I wanted, I could add something there, or I could add something here. I definitely want to cover this, but I don't know that I like this. I don't know what I want on there. I'm very undecided. I think what I'll do is I'll wait and see if I'm thinking I want something a little with some color on it, you know, maybe a little rose, or I want something that goes this way. These are for my porch prints. Yeah, something like that that adds some color. That one actually might be the thing, right? This one's pretty. Doesn't add so much green. I mean, I love this, but it's a lot of green. I like that. This is, I think, my porch print snippets. Rose snippets or something like that. I don't know, really. Oh, I like that too. One of those two, I think. Put that over here for a moment. Oh my gosh, I have another whole box of, I have a ton of my porch prints. I buy all of her little bits and pieces because I love, you know, doing just what we're doing. Pulling things out, see what's going to work on there. Do I have anything else I like better? I think we're just going to leave it at that for right now. Maybe that one. Oh, I don't know. I like them both, you guys. Well, we'll just go like that for right now. So, what I want to do is, you know, we got this one on here. We'll decorate it up if we have time. I'm going to set those off to the side. And I am going to pull out another one. Go through it one more time. So, because I'm pretty sure that was confusing. Now, what you want to do is you want to remember that these 2 sides you're not going to see. So whatever's on your outside, excuse me, I'm going to get a drink of water. Hold on a minute. It's warm in this room, and for some reason the air conditioner did not come on. I turned it on. Oh boy, let's hope we don't have a problem. All right, so that whatever's on these sides are going to kind of be hidden, and what's here is what you're going to see. So is your front. So keep that in mind when you're going to score. So we said it was 3/4 of an inch. Now I'm going to do this gently this time. Yeah, because this is very thin paper. 4.5. No, wait, did I say 4.5? Yep, 4.5. Sorry, I have to look at my directions because I don't have memory. gently, but a couple of times. And 9.5. Okay, so we're going to start with that, and we are going to fold it. Oh, sounds like someone's doing their yard. I wonder who. We do have gardeners around here. Oh, Joe. Okay, Joe doesn't have a gardener. Okay. And then I'm gonna move this just a little bit. It's kind of in my way for a minute. And we're gonna fold it one more time. There. That folds nice and easy. I'm gonna burnish it down carefully, not too hard. I will reach over and close my window in a minute if that's bugging me too much. We'll see. Sometimes you guys can hear it, sometimes you can't. But if it's distracting to me, I've got to close the window. It's a Saturday. Now, this is when we want to figure out how tall do we want this on our page. I like mine around 8 inches. So I want it to be 8 inches tall, so I'm going to turn it. I am going to open it up. This is your top. Let me think now. This is where I get myself into trouble. Okay, this is my top. Yes, those roses will be upside down, but you see so much of this, or I can do it the other way. It's a big, deep pocket. I don't have to decorate as much if I leave it like this, right? I'm going to do it on this side for this time. So I'm going to make it 8 inches here. Oh, it did go all the way through, so that's easy. I can fold it easily now. There's our pocket. I do have to kind of straighten it out a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to open this back up at the bottom, right here, this section. And I am going to do the 1/2 inch score. So we have a nice clean top. I think I might have gone off there a little bit. Feels like I did. I'm going to just double check everything. Yeah, but see, we've got all that bulk up there, and we want to eliminate that. So we're going to cut out this little corner like we've done before. And I'm also going to take off this little up here a little bit so we don't have that when we're turning down our top. And then I'm also going to, on that score line, I'm going to take out a little V. You can either cut out the V right off the first time. There we go. Now, my husband may be bringing my granddaughters back with him, so if you do hear noise and talking and chatting and laughing, that's my 2 oldest girls. Okay, now, until I'm having to concentrate, while we have this open, I'm going to go ahead and glue. We'll glue that up. I'll go back over this with my bone folder. My little burnishing tool. And we're going to glue this down and make life easier. And then we're going to glue this down. Might as well do all of our gluing all at once. Why go back and forth 100 times? You should just see me the first time I made this. Oh my goodness, what a mess. It ended up in the garbage. No, it ended up in the to be cut up and made into something else pile. All right. All right, so we're gonna go like this. So now we have, whoopsie, we've got our back pocket. See, you have this folded edge to give you a nice, so you don't rip going in and out there, right? Now, while I have it like this, definitely a good time to put in our little thumb notches, right? There it is. We can put in our little thumb notch while we're here. Okay, and then we're going to turn it over. It's over now. This time we have our pockets over here. So before we glue down, I'm going to put in my thumb notches over here and here. Oh, nope, I want to cut this open before I do that. I know you're probably saying, cut it open, cut it open. But only to the line there. And cut it as close to the edge as you can get it. Okay, now I want to put in my thumb notch. Hopefully I can see where the other one is. It's close. It's close enough, right? Close enough for government work. My mama used to say. Okay. Actually, I think my dad used to say it. My mom picked it up. Thought it was funny. Okay, there you have it. Now we got that gluing to do. We just want to close up where these two little things meet. Then we're going to close up that whole thing so that we have that. Well, technically, I should be able to go all the way across the top and close it. And then the part that I didn't close yet, which is the, the other side is right here. Ugh. Okay. All right, so then we have a pocket there and a pocket there. I want to be careful, I just glued that, so I want to give it a minute. Before we do that, we can go to the top over here and close this up here. Give it a burnish, give everything a burnish. That helps the glue get in there and do its job. Now we're going to go down here. And we're going to go here. We're going to go around, trying not to get it inside that pocket because you'll glue your pocket closed. Okay. All right, so what it did is it glued this back side. I'll show you in a minute. Let's let it dry. Okay, now we have a lawnmower. I'm gonna close the window. Sorry, guys. I wasn't sure if he was just trimming or if we were getting a lawn mow today. Okay, there we go. It was distracting to me. I don't know if you could hear it or not, but now I have to scoot my chair all the way back up here again. But this chair scoots so much better than that other one I had. Oh my gosh, I've been telling you guys about that forever. Okay, so now this is a much, much thinner paper. Much easier to, if you want to wrap or you want to do something different with it. You also have a nice little, I'm praying that I didn't close that pocket up, you guys. I just opened. There, got it. Okay, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. And if I were to glue something on the front there, I'd probably have another one. So there you have it. Very different. This one's lightweight, would be great to put in a journal, not so much weight. This is a good standalone. This is one that I'm planning to fill up with all kinds of cards and goodies and, you know, ephemera, and just load them on up and decorate them to the hilt. And I will show you those when they're done. So those are those three, if and when I finish them. This one's great to put into a journal, and it actually goes really well with something that I did recently. Remember these little booklets I made? They were made from an envelope, a brown craft envelope. And I still cannot find anything that I like that ties it close. So I'm still looking for that. But this is what she ended up looking like. These were in my last video, I believe. And here she is. And all I did was stitch the papers in. I did stamp on a bunch of the pages. I did stamp on quite a few pages, every other page kind of thing, and put some sewing emboss kind of thing. I did put a little piece of paper, newspaper in there. Same with that one. They went inside couture, but it's really about being a notebook. This is definitely 20 little surfaces, front and back, you can write on. And it just came out an adorable little thing to either tuck into a journal pocket. Now, let me see. This journal has all kinds of things. Does it have a pocket? I'm sure it does. There's about a million pockets in here. I just have to find one that I could show you. Someone said I needed to show you how to use these. Now, this little booklet could be put into a belly band. It's very fat, so it would not go into a big journal like this. It just wouldn't. So it could go into a belly band. It could go into, I don't know if I have any just like drop in. It could go into a pocket like this easily. You could easily pop it into something like this. Or for those of you who are new, there is a couple, I think there's 3 or 4 videos on how I made this. So it is around if you need to see it. But you want to put it into, I was thinking it could go into a little pocket in the back of your journal like that. Okay, so that's what you do with these. That's definitely what happens with these. So as you can see, I have notes and stuff on here to finish this. I really need to get back to it. I keep saying that, and I will. Now here's another one that I made that actually goes with this paper. And it's another note. It's a book. I call them a notelets because it's got cute little notelet pages. And then I just stuck in, you know, a little journaling card. I made a little pocket. Or you could not put any pockets in it and just make it a little notebook. Fill it up with more papers. I did stitch this on my sewing machine, and this is pretty hefty. Both of these are. I've added, you know, scrapbook paper to the envelopes, and it really gave it some. I tried putting ribbon through here. I mean, I tried putting the this through it, and it just was, it overpowered the notebooks. So for right now, I just have a clip on them, but I'm going to figure out what else. I'm going to go through my stash and see if I have eyelash trim or something that would look cool on that. That's just a little lighter tie. I did put the eyelets in front and back, so it's easy to tie, but that seam binding is just too much, and it just really overpowered these. So I did want to show you what they were like, all completed. And then this was matching. So, and that's one of the reasons I chose to do this, was so it could be kind of part of a little set. And who knows, it may set the tone for something that I'm going to make in the future. I'll probably put a pretty lady on there. I'm thinking I'll need some kind of a pretty picture. Let's see if I have anything on hand or in my pile next to me that would look good on that. No, that would go great in the pocket, but I mean, I had a bunch of ladies here. Oh, here we go. I mean, if I wanted to put somebody on the front of it like that, that goes along with, you know, like this, if I was doing this all in a, because these are all matching papers. All these papers come from the same kit, or the same, excuse me, scrapbook paper. So, I mean, I could put something like that or a face on there. I don't think I have, I think all I have left are just, I don't think I have anything close up to put. Well, that's pretty. No, I have a lot of ladies' faces that could go on there. I mean, really, I do. I have tons and tons of what we call cabinet cards. Gosh, guys, sorry. Apparently, my brain is not completely engaged. But what I was thinking was maybe something like this on the front, a little picture of someone like that. These are my smaller, well, that one I use for something else. I could do the same thing. Oh, see, now she's got colors similar. Wouldn't she be pretty on there with some lace and some book page behind her? That actually might be who I choose. I'm looking to see who else. Oh, she's pretty too. One of these two maybe. Okay, so you get the idea. These are from Artie Mays, from her kits. Someone asking me, where do I get my ladies from? These are all Artie Mays. So go over and have a peek. She's got ladies. Ruby and Pearl has them. Who else? Gosh, I don't know. I can't remember everybody. Artsology, I think. So yeah, this is easy. You just add a little bit of book page and some ribbon and you have a beautiful little piece. Fill it all up with all kinds of goodies. So there you have it. Just a quick little video on my newest little project here. Question is, do I want to keep going? I mean, I have about 15 minutes, but I'm still trying to decide. What do you guys think? I'm having a hard time on this one. It goes with that, but if I wanted to go with this other set, I don't know if that they wouldn't go in the same journal, so I guess it really doesn't matter, right? See, I see the yellow here. And then this one doesn't have any at all. Keeps it very neutral. I think it's going to be that one. I got a feeling. I got a feeling. Okay, let's just do a quickie. But again, I feel like it's going to need some stuff underneath it and around it. And need some lace and some purdies. There's so many straight lines. I just felt like I needed to break up some of those straight lines. Yeah, and that just kind of covers up that. Now I think it does need something behind it, some dark book page or, let's see, what have I got here? Sorry, I'm wiggling around like crazy today. I don't know what my deal is. Okay, let's see. That kind of has the yellow that's there, don't you think? I would just probably take this part off right here. And maybe a bit of lace or something underneath it. Let's see what I got. What have I got? Almost fell on the floor there, you guys. Jeez, that would not be good. Broken tailbone. No, no, not good at my age. Okay. I actually kind of like these flowers on the bottom, so I was just realizing I probably didn't want to cover those up all the way. Maybe leave them a little bit so you could see them. Something like that. You don't see much of the ribbon, do you? I mean, there we go. That's kind of pretty. I like that. Let's get my scissors. We have a few minutes. We might as well see what we can do here. Well, I know what one thing I do need. It's too bright compared to everything else there. Let's do a little inking. And then we'll say goodbye. Oh, I know one thing I do want to do. I like my corners rounded. I may have to re-glue the corners because a lot of times when you cut, you know, if you're just gluing to the very edge and then you go cut off the corner, now it's open on that end. Get a little ink on here. Sorry I don't have any stories for you guys today. I usually have lots of stories, but this, I'm concentrating today on this little project, so yeah, I don't have much to say and do this one. It's just too much to figure out dimensions and tell stories at the same time. So today this was more of a craft than a craft and chat, and I just noticed that my glue did not adhere. Where did my glue go? Oh, fell over. That's why I couldn't see it. Let me hold that down for a minute. I think sometimes we get a little, we just trust this glue so much that we get a little rough thinking, oh, it'll hold. Well, yeah, I mean, it will, as long as you don't beat it to death. All right, now let me go around this to give it a little, it is very aged. This is a antique book page, French book page from France, or French book in French. I don't know where it came from. I mean, I got it from my friend's shop, but if I go like that, I'm gonna go like that, and then we put this up there. You see lace, and I'm gonna put that more to that side. Am I going? No, I'm gonna go that way. I don't know. Is that upside down? I don't know. It's gonna go that way, no matter what. Alrighty. Oopsie. I lost the lid to my glue. I am using Fabri-Tac because I'm using Vintage Book Page, and lately I have noticed that my art glitter glue turns my vintage pages black. I don't know why. And we'll put this on here, and maybe we'll add a word, and we'll be done with this one. Well, this part of it. I'll probably add way more lace and pearls and stuff to it once I'm ready to get it all zhuzhed up, you know, filled up. I just really wanted to start with something, and I wanted to show you, you know, where I was going with it. Let's see. Wow, what a mess. I sure know how to make a mess out of my desk, don't I? I don't want to lose these. I keep a paper clip on them so they don't accidentally end up somewhere else. All right, you don't see a lot of that French book page, but it's there. I know it's there. You can see it up the side. You can sort of see it through. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm thinking some pearls and some more lace, right? Like maybe some lace right along there. And let's see what we have here. I know my husband's going to be back with the girls really soon, so he took them to their house to do their chores for the day. It is Saturday of Memorial Day weekend for us, Friday for you. So we promised them that if they did all their chores at home on Saturday, that on Sunday we would have a movie day. And that means we stay in our jammies, close all the blinds, make it dark like a movie theater, because we have a great big 80-inch screen TV. And we would, my husband's baby. And it was his retirement gift to himself, which he deserved, because he never, ever, ever buys anything for himself, ever. So this was an amazing thing, and he really wanted it, and we had plenty of room for it. So I said, you deserved it, babe. So, anyway, we're going to watch the big screen TV with the kids. We're going to have a Scorpion Mummy movie-thon, marathon with The Rock. Girls love him, and so do I. Woohoo! Girls of every age. They are 10 and they are 15, and they love The Rock, and so do I. Wayne Johnson. Gosh, what a gorgeous man. Anyway, and talk about muscles. Oh my goodness. Plus he's sweet. So there we go. So we're going to do that all day on Sunday, eat junk food. Well, we'll have a big brunch, and then we'll have popcorn and candy and ice cream, you know, as if we took them to the movies. And we still have COVID running wild here. So the easy one, not the real difficult, I shouldn't call it the easy one. COVID's not easy, but anyway, the one that's more like the flu, they've already had it, and they've had all their shots, and, you know, so I'm comfortable that they're here. But anyway, we're going to spend the day watching movies, eating junk food, and hanging out all day. And then we're going to barbecue. So they're excited about that. And then on Memorial Day, I'm not sure, we'll probably play games in the backyard and barbecue ribs again. And I think we're going to do chicken. Tonight, I think we're just having pizza because I promised them a pizza night. Last night was meatloaf and mashed potatoes and, you know, the good stuff. Told them good food, bad food, good food, bad food. Not bad food, but, you know. Alrighty. Well, there you go. Look at that. It's taken shape. It's starting to take shape. You can see I may add some more lace and pearls, but you get the idea of what we're doing with this. And I'm going to move all this junk off my desk. Oh, so we can take a peek at what we've made. And I want to also see, you know, you have room for tags there. You know, these wonderful tags can go inside the pockets. We have this one. I'm just going to stick those maybe there so I don't lose those, so you can see what they look like. And then these were the other ones that went with them. I'm going to remove all of this mess from my desk. Get rid of the glue and all the millions of other things up here. Okay. Oh, there we have it. So these are got some work to go, but you get the idea of what we're going to be doing with them. I hope I was clear enough and you were able to make yourself some. You saw how quick they are? They are addicting. I actually could have kept going. I could have just used an entire paper pad. And you know, I may, because I really enjoyed making this. Oh, and this would be great for a great big tag. I don't have any big tags. Do I have any big tags made, you guys? Have I been making big tags? Do we know? Probably, huh? I probably do have some big things that could go in there. I'm not sure what I have, but I mean, you know, I have some of these. These are big tags. And let's see, would they fit? Yeah, they fit. Well, almost, not quite. Maybe on some of them it would. Depends on how I glued. Yeah, see, look, you can get a big tag in there. So now I know I just need to cut off like a little bit of it. And these beautiful tags would fit in there. And ooh, these are pretty. They kind of look good with it, don't they? So you got some ideas as to what we could do, use, put in there, you know, there. Could put them in the back, could do whatever we want. So there you have it. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for coming along and watching with me and for supporting me and my channel and my daughter and for praying for all of us and keeping us in your good thoughts. And we will see you all very soon. I love you guys. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.